Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. We're talking mainly this time to dumpies or people who have been rejected or broken up with in a relationship, in a marriage, in a situation where you basically had your heart ripped out from your chest and you are feeling like, you know, you've been devastated beyond anything anybody's ever been devastated before. Because you love this other person, they were their world to you, they were your soul, they were your heart and soul, and how could they do this? This video is probably going to be pretty hard for you to listen to, but I encourage you to listen to this because sometimes the cold, hard truth is what can set you free, can be what you need to hear so that you can move forward in a positive direction. So right now, I know that you're listening to this video and you've probably been devastated. Your heart's probably broken, and all you want to do is sit there and cry, lay there and cry. You maybe want to listen to sad songs, watch, heartbreak movies, and you want to weep, and it's understandable. I mean, you need to let it out. But you are in a dark, long tunnel without this other person in your life anymore. I mean, the future looks so bright with them in your life, and now they're gone, and the light's been turned out, and you don't know how you're going to move forward because, like I said, it looks like you're in a dark tunnel at night, and you're hearing the howls of wolves outside. A big bad world is outside, just wanting to press you to move on, and you just want to curl up in a ball and cry your eyes out again. I encourage you to all listen to the remainder of this video, and if you can, and if you don't, that really says a lot about your desire to be happy and to actually move on from where you're at. Because I believe that at some points we need to hear the truth. The first thing I want to talk about is when you were broken up with, when this other person left you, and in almost every situation in a relationship, somebody else, somebody gets their heart broken, somebody breaks up with the other one. It's very rare that both people come together at the same point in time and say, hey, this isn't really working out. I think we'd be better off, moving on. And both people agree. That does happen, but this video isn't directed at that. This video is directed at the person, those of you out there that have gotten their heart broke, that are going to claim that you never expected, maybe, that the other person was going to break your heart, that they were going to break up with you. And you don't, you're sad, you're brokenhearted, and you don't know how you're going to live. You are going to live, first of all, right? You are going to make it. I can assure you of that. But you've got to understand, it's okay to cry, it's okay to feel sorry for yourself and to feel that pity, but only for a short time, right? Life goes on, and life is short. You have to move on with your life, right? Not only that, but you may have an inner desire for your ex to come back and be with you. And if you've listened to my other videos, you know that the answer is not constantly messaging them and emailing them and calling them and pleading and crying and begging. That is very unattractive, and that is not the way to get your ex back. I can assure you of that. That is going to make you repel them more, perhaps to the point where they will never want to have another thing to do with you, if that's not already the case, right? The best thing you can do is to pick yourself up, be strong, and move on, and walk with confidence as that sun comes up after you walk out of the dark tunnel that you're now in. Your ex very likely will look back at you at one point, and if you're still there, laying and crying in in a puddle on the ground in that same dark tunnel they left you in, that is going to be very unattractive. Not only that, it's going to be unattractive for anybody to want to date you if you're, moping and crying about your past relationship, and you act like you can't move on, and you act like you can't be happy without them. So the first thing I want to talk about to all of you is it's understandable that when somebody breaks up with you and they leave you, especially if you were like married or whatever, or you're in a long relationship, it's understandable that we always ask this question, why? Why are you leaving? Why are you leaving? You can't do this to me. Why are you going? We need to understand that at that point, if you're calling and constantly begging for that answer from your ex, you need to knock it off, right? Your ex probably thought about leaving for a long time before they did. And they did so because I'm going to tell you right now why they left. They left because they weren't happy with you. You already know this. They saw themselves, at least for right now, they saw themselves happier without you in their life anymore. And you probably already know the exact reason. You probably already know because maybe you became, stale in your relationship and you wasn't giving them what they needed, whatever those needs were. Maybe it was communication. Maybe it was physical needs. Maybe it was, you weren't working enough. Maybe you weren't working at the relationship and putting enough effort into it. These things affect a lot of marriages and relationships where people become complacent and they take the other person for granted. I think people get married and they assume that because you're married, I no longer have to try. We're married, we're good, and I no longer have to try in this relationship or this marriage because we're married, right? So does it really make any sense that we would try harder with somebody we barely know after 3 weeks of dating them than we would after being married for 3 years or 30 years? How much sense does that make? But people do it all the time. They get married and they're married for 10 years and they don't even try anymore. They don't even try to help their partner, their wife or their husband. They don't even, offer to give the back rubs. They don't even offer to have those deep, long talks. And they don't offer to cuddle on the couch and watch a movie together. They make dinner and they make enough dinner for everybody, but they no longer serve the other person their plate. They say, oh, dinner's in the kitchen, go get it. This is somebody you've loved for 30 years. Why would you be lazier now than you were the first time you invited them over when you barely even knew them? You probably put everything on their plate for them and said, hey, what do you want? Do you want to drink orange juice or soda or wine or water? What do you want to drink? And you served it right to them. But now you've been married for 10 years and you no longer do that, right? So it doesn't matter what kind of relationship it is. If somebody is that important to you, why do we quit trying so much? It's almost like we don't care, and to your other person, it might feel like you didn't care anymore. But chances are very high that you already know exactly why your partner broke up with you, right? Deep down. You don't need to ask them for that confirmation. And if you're saying, I need to know exactly why so I can close the doors and move on, here's the cold hard truth. That part of what you're saying and thinking is complete bullcrap, right? You do not need whatever they say or reason they say for closure. The only closure that you're going to get has to come from within you. No matter what your partner says as to why they left, truth or, a lie, it doesn't matter. Whatever they say, it will not give you the closure you think you need, right? So you have to get that closure from within. You have to be able to close the door to your failed relationship. A failed relationship right now, you have to close that door yourself. You're the only one that can give you that closure that you need. Another big problem we have when we get dumped, when we get our heart broken, is it seems like we always feel like, we know best, right? We know the best answer for our ex is to be with us, right? We always say, hey, you're so stupid for leaving. I can't believe you left somebody so great as we are, right? How could you leave me? I'm the greatest thing that ever happened to you. I loved you more than anybody possibly ever can. Guys, gals, knock it off. I can't tell you how hard it is to leave and break up with somebody that you care about and probably love. It's very hard. Like I said, this is probably something they've been thinking about doing for a long time. To put that on somebody and, say that, oh my God, I'm so great. How could you leave me? How could you do this to me? How could you put me in this kind of pain if you love me? That's almost manipulation, right? You're trying to manipulate this person into staying with you, even though you know deep down they're not happy. Is that really love? To demand that this person you say you love so much, you're demanding they stay with you, even though you can tell and you know deep down they wouldn't be leaving you if they were happy. You're basically saying, hey, you got to stay with me, even though you're not happy right now, or I can fix it. And you've probably already tried to fix it 100 times, and you can't do it because change is hard. And to be honest with you, the only way you're probably going to change for the better is if they're gone, is if you are alone and you have time to work on yourself and learn that you can walk and stand tall all by yourself. That's what you need to do. But to put all this on your ex and act like you know best for them is hogwash, and you're fooling yourself. Your ex is not wrong for making a decision to leave you, to break up with you. How do you know what is best for your ex? You don't. You don't know that you're best for your ex. So knock that crap off. They left you for a reason. They probably left you because for whatever reason, you weren't making them happy. And they want to be happy, or at least right now, they see themselves being happier without you in their life, as I've already said. And I know that's hard to hear. But the only way you're going to make them see that they did make a mistake, if you really believe that, is to pick yourself up, leave them the hell alone, and show them that you can walk on and be happy alone. It's also very important for you people to understand that you cannot heal yourself by rushing out into another relationship. Don't do it, people. You have to heal. Rushing into another relationship or into the arms of another person right after you're healing, and this goes for the dumpers as well. Rushing into another relationship after a long or committed relationship is the worst thing you can do. You've got to take time to heal, or this is going to be very unfair to you and this new person you're with. You're headed for failure and more heartbreak without healing first, right? So, to all you people that have had your heart broken, understand that the person that left you is really going to need time to heal as well. And if they rush out there into a really quick relationship or get serious with somebody too quick, they're probably going to end up in another breakup, more than likely. And it not always happens, but it's pretty rare that somebody rushes into another relationship right out of a serious relationship and it's going to succeed, right? So understand that it takes time to heal. You need to be by yourself. You need to learn how to walk on your own, alone, so that you can be happy by yourself. You need to learn how to be happy by yourself before you can make somebody else happy. If you can't make yourself happy, if you can't be happy by yourself, how the hell are you ever going to make somebody else happy as well? So that's also nonsense, right? You've got to be... A relationship isn't two people that say, oh, you're my missing piece. I was walking around shattered and broken until I met you, and you complete me. These relationships where people say each other completes the other, it baffles me, right? It confuses me. You can't be a shattered person and go and find your missing piece, and then if you lose them, you feel like you're shattered again. No, the only way a relationship is going to have a chance is for two people to be able to be strong and walk alone by themselves, and then be happy together. Two complete people, sharing a life together and sharing life's events and days and celebrations together, not completing each other. That's two broken souls. And two broken souls in a serious relationship are probably going to fail miserably. Now, I'm telling you this because this is what you need to hear to understand that you have to pick yourself up. You have to move on with your life. The world is not going to stop for your broken heart. You need to leave your ex alone. Let them go. The best thing to show that you love them is to let them go. Let them find out if they can be happier without you. And if they come back to you, well, you know the saying, right? But for right now, they're gone. Leave them alone. Quit emailing them. Quit calling them. Quit texting them. Leave them alone and give them the chance to fly. If you really love them, as you say you do, the best thing you can do is let them go. You know that I'm right here, and I know this hurts. So it's understandable that you need somebody to talk to. Please reach out to your friends and to your family to talk, to let it out. And if that doesn't work, there is professional counseling. Your mindset is very important here. You need to make sure that, you're thinking clearly and you're thinking healthy. So if you do get any kind of dark thoughts or suicidal thoughts or anything like that, for the love of God, please seek out and reach out to speak to somebody that's a professional. It's very important that you move on in a healthy state of mind, and it's understandable that you may need professional help and guidance to do that. So please seek that kind of help if that's what you need. There is help available, and a lot of it is free. This has been Zaxtor99 giving you some tough love here. I hope it has helped, and if it has, please comment down below and let me know. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. This has been Zaxtor99. Take care. Love you all.